I'm F5 Dad, the 4am gaming historian. Today, I have 10 role-playing games under $20 that you may or may not have heard of. No Disco Elysium, no Divinity Original Sin 2, not the same list that every gaming channel typically is going to give you. These are some of my favorite games I've actually played and beaten from 45 years of gaming experience. Now, one quick thing, I appreciate all the support. In fact, my channel hit over 1,000 views in just 1 week, but most of you watching aren't subscribed yet. So if you enjoy my weekly sales and other video game content, hit that subscribe button right now. It costs you nothing, but it helps me keep making content. So let's dig into this. So my first game on the list is going to be a real banger. We're going to start with Lisa the Painful at $9.99. This is a post-apocalyptic role-playing game where all women are extinct and you're trying to protect the last little girl on Earth. It's dark, it's disturbing, and it's one of the most emotionally brutal games I ever played. Turn-based combat inspired by Earthbound, but this game simply does not pull any punches. You're going to lose party members permanently. You will make choices that are going to haunt you. What I really love about this game is it takes risks most role-playing games simply just will not touch. It's funny when it wants to be, it's heartbreaking when it needs to be, and it earns every emotional beat that it tries to convey. If you want a role-playing game that treats you like an adult and also respects your intelligence, this is going to be it. If you've been part of my channel, you already kind of know about my next game. It is For the King at $19.99. It is going to be a roguelike strategy role-playing game with tabletop aesthetics. Kind of looks like a board game, but it's going to play like a brutal dungeon crawler. 3-character party, procedurally generated world, permanent death. Everything is around dice rolls, even the movement. Here's why I keep coming back to this game. It is designed for co-op, but it does work perfectly solo, and every run is going to take you about 20 to 40 minutes. Your goal is to plan the perfect strategy, roll terrible, and basically watch your tank trip over his own feet and die to a skeleton. It is going to be infuriating, but it's also hilarious and very addictive. The best part, your failure is going to feel fair. Look, as with every game out there, bad RNG does happen, but smart planning typically will mitigate a lot of it. $20 regular price is going to be worth it if you like tactical games with teeth. Got Torchlight 2 at $19.99. This is going to be a hack and slash action role-playing game, Diablo-style loot grind with a colorful, cartoony art style, 4 classes, randomized dungeons, loot explosions everywhere. What makes this game special for me, it is pause-friendly. I can stop mid-combat, deal with my kid, come back, and pick up exactly where I left off. No stress, no timers, no nonsense. And I got news for you, the mod community is still active. After 12 years, there are total conversion mods that would turn this into Star Wars, Warhammer, even Path of Exile style complexity if you truly want it. But the base game, look, it is tight, it's polished, and it is very satisfying. Every click is going to feel good. Every enemy drop is going to feel rewarding. So if you like Diablo and looking for something a little bit more chill and maybe parent gamer friendly, Torchlight 2 is going to be your game, and check it out. We have Symphony of War, the Nephilim Saga at $14.99. This is a tactical role-playing game inspired by Fire Emblem and Ogre Battle. Grid-based strategy, squad management, permadeath options. What sets this apart, you're commanding squads of soldiers, not individual characters. Battles will feel larger in scale. You're going to manage formations, unit types, promotions. The class system is very deep in this game, over 50 classes, branching promotions, and meaningful choices. I love that the game will respect your time. Battles are going to be challenging, but honestly, they're not tedious. The story has multiple endings based on your decisions, and the pixel art is gorgeous. The music is very good, and honestly, I knew nothing about this game initially. It had zero marketing, and it's way better than tactical role-playing games with 10 times the budget. Eiyuden Chronicle, rising at $14.99. This is a 2D action role-playing game with town-building mechanics made by the creator of Suikoden. You're going to collect materials, fight monsters, upgrade your village, and recruit characters. Combat's going to be fast. It does have a 3-character tag system where you're going to chain attacks for combos. What I appreciated about the game is it knows what it wants to be, a 2D 15 to 20 hour campaign, and honestly, it is a prelude to the bigger game, Eiyuden Chronicles, 100 heroes. The art style is hand-drawn sprites with detailed backgrounds, and it simply looked fantastic. Finished it in about 2 weeks, and I loved every minute of it. It's not trying to be some 100-hour epic game. It's focused, polished action role-playing game with a clear beginning, middle, and end. Valkyria Chronicles in $19.99. It is a tactical role-playing game with a completely unique combat system. It's turn-based strategy mixed with third-person shooting. It is called the Blitz system. You plan moves on a map, then control characters in real time to execute. It's like XCOM meets a third-person shooter set in a fictional Europe during a war. You're going to command a militia squad against an overwhelming empire. What I loved is the story treats war seriously. Characters die, sacrifices matter, and the emotional beat is going to land. The art style is cel-shaded watercolor, and honestly, it looks like a painting that's moving. The combat's strategic enough for tactics fans. It's accessible enough for newcomers. $20 for one of the most unique role-playing games. I would definitely check it out. I had a lot of fun with my next game, Mountain Blade Warband at $19.99. This is a medieval sandbox role-playing game where you're going to start as a nobody and eventually become a king. If you pick up the game nowadays, the graphics do look a little dated. The gameplay is simply timeless. Real-time battles with hundreds of troops on screen, directional melee combat, mounted archery that actually feels responsive, and I have put a ton of hours into this game because honestly, there's no right way to play it. You can be a merchant trading goods between towns, be a bandit ambushing caravans, be a mercenary working for different factions, and basically conquer the entire map. The game just doesn't care. No quest markers, no hand-holding, just a living world reacting to any choice you make. And the other great thing about the game is the mod scene to this day is legendary. Star Wars conversions, Game of Thrones, fantasy, total overhauls. If you want complete freedom in a medieval sandbox and you don't care about, high-end modern graphics, this game is essential. My next game I've talked about on my channel before, and it is Middle-earth: Shadows of Mordor at $19.99. This is an action role-playing game set in Lord of the Rings where you're a ranger seeking revenge. Forget the hobbits, forget the ring. This is about Talion hunting down Sauron's orc captains. The Nemesis system, if you haven't heard of it, is legendary. Every orc captain is going to remember your fights. Kill one, another gets promoted. You run away, they're going to mock you next time. You die to an orc, guess what? He gains power and will reference that death the next time you return. It does create great storytelling that's different every playthrough. Combat's going to feel like Batman Arkham games, fluid, brutal, and satisfying. I played this when it came out in 2014. I've beaten it a couple times and still think about specific orc rivalries that I developed as I played through that game. That is how good the Nemesis system is, and I wish they'd implement it more in games. I think many people do know my next game, but I had to put it on there. It's Persona 4 Golden at $19.99. It is a JRPG about high school students solving murders by entering a supernatural TV world, half social sim where you're going to build relationships and manage time, half dungeon crawler with turn-based combat. Days are spent going to class, hanging out with friends, working part-time jobs, and nights are spent battling shadows in the dungeons. You will be able to beat the campaign in approximately 60 to 80 hours with completionists easily pushing over the 100-hour mark. I also thought the characters were fantastic, and you're going to care about these people by the end. The story is going to hook you early, and it does not let go. The soundtrack is considered one of the best in gaming. Catchy J-pop that gets stuck in your head for weeks. If you've never played it, highly recommend, as if not, you are going to be missing one of the best JRPGs ever made. My final game on the list is one of my favorites. In fact, I'm playing through the whole series. In good chance, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong, but who cares? It is Yakuza 0 at $19.99. It is the prequel to the Yakuza series set in 1980s Japan. It's part action role-playing game, part crime drama, and part karaoke simulator. You play two characters, a Yakuza trying to clear his name and an assassin building a criminal empire. Combat is a brawler style with heat moves and multiple fighting styles. The real magic is everything else. You can run a cabaret club, invest in real estate, play arcade games, do karaoke, eat at restaurants, complete ridiculous side quests. The main story is serious though: betrayal, honor, and sacrifice. The side content is absurd and I love it. You're going to defend a cult from rival cults. You're going to help a dominatrix learn confidence. You're going to fight a chicken. This will be your entry point into one of my favorite gaming series, and $20. This is simply highway robbery, and check it out. So there we have it. We got 10 different types of role-playing games. Every single one of these I have played and I do recommend. It's not the same list that every gaming channel is going to give you. Links are down in the description. And I do want to point out that these games do go on sale, so you might want to keep an eye out for that. And if you enjoy the content that I provide from a 45-year veteran who actually will play these games, remember, hit the subscribe button. And with that, hit F5, reset and reload. I'm F5 Dad, and I will see you on the next video.